This National Geographic program was paid for and produced in collaboration with Disney Cruise Line.
5, 6, 7, rotate. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
We're about halfway through our tech rehearsal for Disney, The Tale of Moana, implementing all the sets, the costumes, the lighting, the puppetry.
5, 6, 7, 8, 1. So think up, down. Or up, in. That's it, yeah.
Moana's embarking on a brand new voyage in a floating theater on the high seas.
6, 7, 8. Good. Right when I start counting, you can make your way to like 24, 22 at the edge of the stage. It really is very much an action-adventure story. It is a circus in a really fun way.
What next? A shark? One shark coming up.
It's all happening.
It's just one of many elaborate productions underway.
Awaken the spirits.
Still work in progress.
As Disney Cruise Line prepares to launch its newest vessel, the Disney Treasure.
Let's get ready.
We're starting all thrusters.
With the bold promise of adventure.
Here we go. Not only throughout the world, but to places in your imagination.
We make the fantastical real.
It is dozens and dozens of spaces and stories and experiences that are full of surprises.
Years in the making, every detail is designed, constructed, and rooted in cultures of the world.
The process is mind-blowing.
Dinner in Plaza de Coco starts in Mexico City.
They will play mariachi music? Of course.
Moana's stage debut
One more time.
looks to the traditions of Polynesia.
God of the ocean, hear me now.
And special effects experts
We have a full 3D world.
summon spirits of the past.
Time is ticking, not just the ghost clock.
Hundreds of people must now come together
Kind of a crazy day today.
to bring to life beloved Disney stories
Give me your best grito.
and set the stage for a high seas adventure.
Places, everyone.
My name is Marco Nogara, and I'm going to be the first captain of the Disney Treasure.
Captain Marco comes from a long line of mariners.
I was born and raised in Venice. My family has been Venetian approximately for 1,000 years. There is no cars in Venice, only boats. I grew up with boats. It is in my blood. Since I was young, I had the same desire to navigate and to explore the world.
So it's only fitting that he's about to take the helm of a much bigger vessel. At the Meyerwerft shipyard in Papenburg, Germany, the Disney Treasure has been under construction since the first steel cutting in 2023. As the last block slides into place, the ship is nearing its final form.
It's going to be my 16th ship as a captain. To see the ship being constructed from the beginning is a great feeling. I think she's beautiful.
But no Disney Cruise Line ship is complete until the signature sculptures take their place on the stern.
On the back of all our ships, our stern characters provide a bit of comedy and reflect the theme of the ship. The theme of the Disney Treasure, that's adventure. So our stern characters are Captain Hook and Peter Pan, because they're all about these swashbuckling adventures.
I run him through.
We start off with a few pencil sketches.
That Walt Disney Animation Studios transforms into 3D models. And then prints as small prototypes. And finally, scales up to full size.
Oh yeah, there we go. Wow.
Oh my God, huge,
Hook is so big.
I know it, I know it.
Creating Peter Pan and Hook as the spirit of adventure to represent this new Disney cruise ship is so fantastic. And is this their true distance from one another?
This is. So this is 16 feet between the
That drip and that drip.
While Laura's team dreams up the creative themes,
Oh, they look so good.
Roger's group oversees the transition of a character from screen to ship.
Scurvy brats! Thank you, Captain. Come down, boy, if you've a taste for cold steel. What's this, Wendy?
We want to make sure that we're really capturing the essence of that character. Is he looking at Hook, or is he looking at the name of the ship? Because right now he's looking at the name of the ship. I'd like to try, since we're here, having him look at Hook, and let's just see how it feels.
All right.
That looks good.
You know, he's that little mischievous kid, right? He'll never grow up. I kind of feel like they're my children. You know, I want them to go out in the world and look their best and be themselves, and that you feel that when you see them.
With Pan and Hook in place, it's time to transform the spaces within. From stern to bow, there's less than a year to get it all done.
We want the ship to really feel as if you're very organically making your way through stories in a way that still feels connected to that core theme of adventure. For us, it's this idea of going places we've never been, exploring cultures we've never seen.
In the Walt Disney Theater, the build-out has begun for 3 different shows, including the first stage adaptation of the animated film Moana. But capturing a girl's heroic journey against all odds is a daunting task.
The opportunity to bring that to the stage and deliver on the spectacular images from the film is a really exciting challenge.
People will be able to be in the water, be in the islands, be in that environment. It's going to be amazing.
While Moana's stage is being set in Germany, 2 oceans away, her musical story is finding its rhythm.
Can you try something? At the beginning of each set, can you roll into it? We are in a series of recording sessions that will get the first pieces down of the musical score for Disney, The Tale of Moana. I'm from the Pacific, and so the story obviously rings true for me. A story that connects people to the land and to the ocean through this one young lady who has no fear.
Now, can we put some other stuff on? Can we move around a little bit?
Let's go to percussion.
We are in Hawaii because we wanted Hawaiian musicians.
We have a pahu, which is a traditional drum played by hand. We have an ipuheke, which is a gourd. What we need, first of all, is the bedrock of the show. That Moana is first and foremost a Pacific Islander.
Let's do a shaker pass. Yep.
The music is still the music that we know and love from the film, but in adapting it to a new language, we give it its own identity.
Done. Beautiful.
With the new tracks complete, the team moves to a Disney Cruise Line studio in Toronto to start rehearsals with the full cast.
Okay, shake it out again. Bend your knees, move your hips. Between Connor and I, we find ways of telling this magical, amazing story with some movement and try to give it a Pacific Island lens, but also that artistry of Broadway.
Good. Can we go to the same place?
Consider the coconut. The what? Consider its tree. Music for the coconut is so we
We have several different languages and styles of movement, and we have experts from each department to weigh in and to collaborate.
All right, let's try that.
This is the first time we've had our puppet prototypes we've been developing for years in the room.
Now I know I can be happy as a clown because I'm beautiful, baby. We're doing things with these puppets that we haven't really done on any of our ships.
SWAT!
Wait, and then I can look at it. One more time.
We're dealing with a lot of large-scale puppetry.
Like Moana's arch-villain, the monster Te-Kā, that takes 4 actors to manipulate.
Better.
When you're trying to move something of large scale, it becomes that much more difficult to really breathe life into that.
It's a very, very complicated show to get up on its feet.
Have you ever seen so many piles of coconuts?
I don't think I have.
My name is Kaenona Lani Kekoa. I play Moana. I am from Hawaii, born and raised in Honolulu. I hope that when people come to this show that they feel the sense of ohana, of family. Your community, it comes first.
We know the way. Ha!
Really good. It's really because it's so good. And I'm so homesick. Because it's so good. I wonder what it might be like for you if you were to move in meaning rather than choreography. Tatou is a really important word because tatou includes all of the audience and everybody here. So I feel like as you're going, tatou tangata folau, all of you people who sail on the ocean, that's everybody in the room. Let's gather and be together. Eleatua ole sami tele, the God of the ocean, hear me now. And really sort of embody that. And we want to challenge you to go further. Can we try again? Yeah. They'll continue polishing, and next time I see the production will be on the ship itself.
Back in Europe, Captain Marco and his crew are doing their own rehearsals.
Manhattan Traffic Control, Manhattan Traffic Control. This is Disney Treasure, Channel 10.
The tugboat is pushing.
This is Disney Treasure. Stop pushing, stop pushing.
Put the 60 revolution on 2.
60 on 2.
It's a training exercise. Captain Marco runs the scenarios at the simulation center in Rotterdam.
Do you have a central vision now?
Yes, I do, Cap.
This state-of-the-art facility has accurate ship models, a full navigation bridge, and 360-degree projections.
The thruster is 50% to starboard.
50 to starboard.
Today, the team is docking in New York City, one of the busiest, tightest harbors in the world.
All right, let's do it.
This training will soon be put to the test.
Disney Treasure standing by, Channel 1.
When the real Disney Treasure arrives in New York City for its official christening celebration.
Set up for 60 revolution.
60 RPM.
The current is heavy, it's going to push eventually toward the dock. The arrival in New York is a kind of tricky because of the strong current. Alia, 0942 stand by below, 4 thrusters required.
As chief officer, Alia is in charge of docking.
0942 stand by below.
Agree?
This is Disney Treasure, Channel 16.
Yes, bridge, go ahead.
You always need to understand what's the priority number one at that moment and just maintaining a clear picture and a calm situation all the time.
We have to go here. So we have to put the bow right on the 90.
Maneuvering a 1,000-foot-long ship calls on precise calculation and flawless teamwork.
Okay, just turn 0 now. Controls on the starboard wing.
90 meters to go, Captain.
Ship is coming nicely alongside. We're good, yeah, 0.1 going to the dock, so it's good.
Check, check. All stations, end of exercise, end of exercise.
Okay. Very good job, Alia.
Thank you.
Simulation complete. Captain and crew are ready to take it live.
Yeah,
In Papenburg, the Disney treasure floats out of the shipyard for the first and last time. But inside, it's still crunch time. There are only a few months left to make good on the promise of adventure and surprise.
We are in the Haunted Mansion Parlor here on the Disney Treasure.
Ready, set.
For the first time ever, our guests will experience spaces inspired by theme park attractions.
Yes, I think the sconces are out as they turn on during the lightning flash.
Danny Hankey is another one of our very talented storytellers. He is a big kid at heart.
You're right. Oh, I was wrong. Oh, no.
And now, Danny and his team are conjuring up a bar and lounge based on the Haunted Mansion, where Madame Leota's seance summons a variety of spectral apparitions.
When I worked at Disneyland almost 19 years ago, I was a butler at the Haunted Mansion. So then to come here on the Disney Treasure and bring a whole new version of Haunted Mansion to life is just a dream come true for me.
Welcome, foolish mortals, to the Haunted Mansion. I am your host, your ghost host.
To reimagine the iconic attraction, they first looked to ghosts of the past and to the original Haunted Mansion that opened at Disneyland in 1969. Back then, Imagineers had worked nearly 2 decades to bring the dead back to life. With the support of Walt Disney himself.
Mark Davis is the master of illusion.
This is Medusa, is a very beautiful girl. She offended the goddess Athena, and as a result, Athena turned her into a gorgon. And as you may know, if you looked at a gorgon would turn you into stone.
Well, we sure don't want that to happen.
Now, those classic paintings, the light fixtures and wallpaper, even the music and sound.
Beware of hitchhiking ghosts.
Are getting a new lease on life.
Just like the ride, we have to beware of hitchhiking ghosts. And they will appear in the mirror. They will see if they can follow you to your stateroom.
There's a whole mythology we created just for this parlor. The sea captain is about to be married, and then something goes wrong. And the secret is held inside the ghost fish tank.
A ghost fish tank is a decades-old idea that has never materialized. Until now.
We wanted a signature centerpiece that is not in any other Haunted Mansion, and we went to the archives and looked through all the old drawings.
One drawing jumped out. A 1965 sketch by legendary Imagineer Rolly Crump of an aquarium inhabited by ghost fish.
They didn't really have the tech back then in the mid-1960s to pull off such an effect. Nowadays, we do.
They went to work testing out a prototype.
Awesome. The ghost fish has to be visible from both sides, which is really, really difficult.
But like any good illusionist, Daniel is not giving up his tricks.
That's the magician's code. But I can say it's really cool how optics and liquids work together.
After years of trial and error, they're filling up the ghost fish aquarium for its big debut.
When you walk in, it'll look like a real fish tank. There'll be bubbles, but then the ghost fish will appear and disappear.
But spirits won't awaken till countless details are perfected.
Time is ticking, not just the ghost clock. There's just a lot of work to do before we are show ready.
As spaces come alive all over the ship.
What I really love to do is to take you to a place you've never been before.
In Plaza de Coco.
Oh my gosh.
Danny's team is recreating another iconic world for the very first time.
It's amazing.
where dinner and a show will transport guests into the animated film Coco.
This is really neat to be able to create something like this and make it worthy of the name Coco.
They're continuing the story of Miguel Rivera and his quest to bring music to his family in the land of the living and the dead.
You're walking through the Rivera family house into Mariachi Plaza, where it's an outdoor space. We started on this almost 5 years ago with the folks at Pixar.
As we were designing the Plaza de Coco space, it was so fun to just dive into all those details. The furniture, the flatware, the dishes, and of course the food are all part of that storytelling.
The ofrenda, I haven't seen this in person yet.
The Rivera's ofrenda is based on a long tradition in Mexico, honoring deceased loved ones on Dia de los Muertos.
Being part of this family means being here for this family.
This replica will greet guests as they enter the restaurant.
Our job at first is to kind of set the placemaking, right?
But how do we give you the feeling of warmth of being invited by the Rivera family?
That's where our entertainment team comes into play.
As a Mexican American with Mexican parents, to know that I'm leading the charge in directing this beautiful experience, it's really, really special.
In search of talent and culture, Juan returned to the very place that shaped the movie.
We are in the middle of Mexico City. I'm looking forward to just being inspired by the textures, the colors, all of that vibrancy, and make sure that it makes its way into Plaza de Coco.
To fully immerse guests into the world of Coco, Juan will bring in traditional Mexican mariachi music.
Buenas tardes. ¿Podemos?
Sí, cómo no.
Mariachi is played on distinct-sized guitars.
Se hace para todo tipo de
Sí, nos enseñaron mis abuelos y mis papás.
From the smaller vihuela
Requinto, vihuela,
to the much larger guitarrón.
The whole point of Plaza de Coco is you're coming to have dinner with the Rivera family. And so I want people to feel that warmth, that special moment, like they were at my mom's house, at my abuela's house.
Juan will take this inspiration back to the ship, where he'll lead rehearsals in just a few months. Back in Germany, inside a studio in Hamburg, Moana's Pacific Island is starting to take root.
This is the best part, where we get to see all of the scenic pieces that we've been working on for the last couple of years. This is the point where we get to actually touch it and see how it works.
It's beautiful. My name is Milagros Ponce de Leon. I created every single element that you see, from the big props, the island, the nature, the textures.
What's your first impression?
It's looking amazing.
Yeah, great.
Yeah. The first challenge was to create an island that was fun to look at, good to light. So we have all of these portals that mimic the visuals of the island, have the textures, the lashing, the bamboo, all the colors, just to contain the space. But then the island opens up. We are going to go on a real journey.
At the center of it all is Moana's trusty outrigger canoe. State-of-the-art projection will create the illusion that it's moving through water. Just like in the movie.
Well, you can too.
Yeah, it feels awesome.
And then the oar.
Yeah,
It's bigger than a baseball bat.
They can just whittle it down. Right? Yeah, where that needs to go.
I found pictures from a nautical museum that has a really amazing collection of navigation and canoes. I try to ground myself on those images that I find so that they feel legitimate to the place and the storytelling.
They'll continue to refine the set, before all the pieces are sent off to the Disney Treasure, which is its own production.
Morning. How are you? Why is it so cold?
This is the biggest day for unloading the tail of Moana. We have 4 trucks coming from Studio Hamburg, full of scenery. This is crunch time.
The Disney Treasure is leaving Europe soon.
The back of this truck is the Moana canoe.
So this choreography must be flawless.
We have to unload the truck over there and then bring it all over to the barge crane. We have a canoe. Load it onto the barge crane then drives over to the other side of the ship, which is the only entrance to the theater.
Okay, good to go down?
It's kind of a crazy day today. We're bringing in the screen for you.
The Walt Disney Theater is built like a giant toolbox that can quickly adapt to fit the needs of any show.
Oh my God.
Look, there's the wall.
Yeah.
That was a fun surprise.
Yeah, awesome. Today, for sure, the first time I'm seeing things up and standing and together, so it's really exciting. Oh my God, the canoe is here with the sail. I didn't see the sail. Yeah, the sail looks wonderful.
Now, to add the special effects.
I'm actually looking at putting all the trackers on it so we can project on the sail, project on the floor around it. This one has about 16 separate trackers. No matter where it goes on the stage, we can track it so we can light it and project on it. Or we can project pretty much on every single surface in this theater, so you can really be immersed into whichever story we're telling. It's quite magical what the system can do.
While the magic is building throughout the ship, on the bridge, Captain Marco and his crew
Let's get ready.
have a schedule to keep.
2 hours notice to stand by for departure.
The Disney Treasure will be christened in New York City
Stand by below.
in just a few short weeks.
4 and 2 forward and aft.
So preparations are in full swing
4 thrusters are ready and tested.
for an imminent departure across the Atlantic.
All right.
Below deck,
I coming here to check on the quality of the produce.
they're loading enough food for the long journey at sea.
Nice. It's a complex operation. We're talking about 15,000 meals per day. We're using 4,000 pounds of potato, 2,500 pounds of carrots, 800 to 1,000 pounds of pineapple.
We are ready for standby.
Start the propulsion of all 4 thrusters.
For everyone on board, the crossing is a 2-week working window to bring all the final elements together.
People are trying their first test services at restaurants. The light bulbs are being screwed in. The final coats of paint are going on. But the ship feels already that it's alive.
In the Walt Disney Theater,
both of you should loop around, and because this canoe won't be here.
The cast and crew of Disney: The Tale of Moana rehearse with props and costumes for the first time.
Today is a tricky day. This is a great example of all of our elements coming together as one. Our biggest puppetry, a lot of our biggest effects and dancing and new music.
All 2, 3, pull. Da, da.
All right, everyone, we're ready.
The stage managers call the shots.
Flower petals dropping in the house for about 30 seconds.
Lower confetti, I'll take it. It's really this lovely marriage between technical and performance. So for us, we're watching everything and finding exactly what needs to be seen for the next thing to happen.
Haley, can we set for take high?
Yes.
Up until now, they've only practiced with a prototype of Taka.
We've never even ran the whole thing at speed, so I just want to know that it's actually achievable.
Today, they're working with the lava monster in its final form.
Teka, can you go to your position?
My goodness. Not the eye.
I don't know what's going on with Teka's eye.
Let's just put 2 more magnets on this.
Teka has been the most challenging, and we've made quite a few adjustments to her since she's been here on the ship.
Let's do this once without lights.
Are we good?
That's good.
All right, let's try that again. Stand by for track.
Now they can start finalizing Teka's moves.
Raising up. Right. Left.
So she matches the animated character.
Teka has been a lot of learning. I always joke it's like trying to pat your head, rub your stomach, and do a tap dance underwater all at the same time and still try to look like it's really easy. Turn up stage and roar at me here, Lexi. Ah! Come on!
Being able to puppeteer in this capacity, I've never done before. It's been probably one of my favorite things to do.
Awesome. Great. Relax for a second there, guys.
Lexi is doing double duty as Moana villains. She's one of Teka's puppeteers and also stars as the crab Tamatoa.
There's so much to do, so much to figure out that I'm really excited for, but also nervous about because we do open so soon.
That's great. It's my job to just keep the ship driving in the right direction, reacting and sort of adjusting and adapting to whatever comes our way.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Rehearsals and the Disney treasures steam on as Christening Day fast approaches. In the Haunted Mansion Parlor, the final push is on.
We have our illusions team on board, our special effects team. They are making sure our Ghostfish aquarium is all set and bringing some ghosts into our tank.
This is amazing.
So this is the highlight moment.
I'm gonna just take a quick peek.
The animated fish are custom built, each with its own personality and story.
We are losing a lot of definition on Boney and what's the other one called? Spiky?
I can squeeze them together so they're closer to each other, but it just kind of affects the choreography.
We've been fine-tuning, and it's all test and adjust.
And for the first ever haunted aquarium, you can never make too many ghost fish.
So the request came just last night if we could add a seahorse into the tank. So now I'm going in and gonna make our crazy Haunted Mansion seahorse skeleton and do a 3D file and add into the liveliness inside our tank. This is just part of the fun.
The Imagineers aren't the only ones having fun. This is a bar, after all.
The chilling challenge is gonna come in a box. Tonight we're doing the training with the beverage team.
It has to be nice and chilled because it's the chilling challenge.
I love the beverage team on Disney Cruise Line because they come with big ideas.
And we're gonna recreate the salted rim of a margarita with this foam.
All the drink we created are to die for. Listening to the Imagineers to tell us about the story of the venue, we decide let's create those cocktails around it.
And if you all smell that smoke, it has a particular scent and aroma that will actually enhance the cocktail. Who can guess the flavor of this one? Passion fruit.
You cannot have those drinks outside the Haunted Mansion.
Here we have our restless experience.
Guests will have to solve a riddle in order for them to order that.
Create the potion in front of them.
I'm looking forward to our first test run of the Haunted Mansion Parlor with guests.
Ready for one more soul. You're waiting for one more soul. I like that thing. That's it. You're hired.
It's just a mad dash to the finish line before the maiden voyage.
While spirits rise in the Haunted Mansion Parlor, in Plaza de Coco, the tables are set.
The room is doing its job to really make people feel like they're in Mexico. Next is food.
They're cooking up and taste testing all the dishes on the menu before they go live.
We wanted to put a lot of the Mexican influence in every dish. In some of the dishes, you will have like a very particular ingredient like potihachi, serrano pepper, or products from the Mexican cuisine. Nice cover with the cotija cheese.
Precision is key when you're feeding 700 people twice every night.
Yeah, good job on the tomatillo salsa, right?
To build a restaurant experience, we do have to meld feeding people a beautiful meal, and then we're entertaining them with stories and all these wonderful characters.
All of it accompanied by the distinct sounds from the world of Coco.
We have a trio of mariachi musicians that are incredible.
Mariachi brings people together. Even people that have never heard mariachi before feel connected to it.
Muchachos, otra vez. Un, dos, pam, pam, param, pam, 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 pam.
I grew up listening to and learning mariachi music. My role is to ensure that the musical integrity of our mariachi music from Mexico is representative of the true music form.
Hey! Perfect. Thank you, guys. Gracias.
I'm excited for the launch of this show. I have moments of feeling nervous, but I keep my eye on the prize, which is telling this story for our guests and inspiring people to connect with familia.
It's so cool to just watch sort of these petals unfold in each space. Every night a little more is added, or a new thing opens, or a new thing is served.
With land in sight, it's nearly showtime.
I cannot wait for people to be able to see the ship.
This is New York City. Today is a really special day. The christening for the Disney treasure.
Before the party can start, Captain Marco and his crew must put their simulator training to the test.
Let's do it.
Okay, we're all clear on the starboard quarter.
And about.
Navigating into New York requires a lot of focus and a lot of preparation.
The pier that we are assigned is basically perpendicular to the current of the Hudson River.
2 degrees to go, 7 degrees to return.
Practice makes perfect. And now it's time to celebrate.
Good evening, guests. We hope you are having a wonderful time.
The christening is such a special event in the life of the ship, of getting her ready to go into service for the guests.
All drones are launching.
To mark the occasion, 1,000 drones are synchronized to dramatize the story of the Disney treasure.
On the seas, in the sky, we'll discover the treasure. Let's live the adventure.
Christen the Disney treasure.
It's been years in the making. And now it's time to head home and greet guests for the first time.
Disney treasure, please welcome aboard Dave and Mindy.
Good afternoon, Disney treasure. This is Captain Marco speaking from the bridge. Now the ship is full of people, and especially full of kids. It changes everything. The ship is beautiful, but with the people on board, it gets even more beautiful.
What's that sign say?
Plaza de Coco.
This is the most exciting part because you get to see how guests are utilizing the spaces and how they feel about it. That's when it really comes to life.
Frankie, let's then make it main course. It's a unique experience. Chicken mole ready. When we providing so many different options. You guys making the more enchiladas? It's fantastic. The cast is very ready. I even told them, I'm passing the show off to you. It's yours now.
Hola, Papa Hector. The rest of the family is down at the cemetery setting up for Dia de Muertos, but I wanted a moment just to honor you today.
Once you actually have someone to make eye contact with, it really changes the emotion because you see how their eyes just grow.
Sí, señor. Gracias, gracias.
I think we got it. I think we got that feeling of being with Abuela. And we're really sharing something that's authentic and beautiful.
Walt Disney said something that inspires us every day, which is, for every laugh, there should be a tear.
Welcome to the Walt Disney Theater. Enjoy the show.
We want to entertain people, of course, but we really want to touch their heart.
Places, everyone.
Is there a big line outside? Huge line.
Have a magical show, everyone.
It's like your child coming out for the first time. So you have to let it go and allow them to express themselves and be the best they are.
Track 5, go. One shark coming up.
With this cast, I feel like we're capable of anything.
Tamatoa! That's me! No way! Yeah!
I'm just really grateful for this family.
To see something that you imagine go through all these brilliant creative minds and end up on stage. It's really exciting because we don't do any of this alone.
As a Pacific Islander who yearns for representation, I'm so incredibly proud.
Stand by tracks 19 and 20.
Stand by.
I do it for my ancestors. It's for those people that came before me.
That story translates to anyone. And if people can relate and find identity, we did our job.
You went out to sail with Moana. You ended up in the land of the dead with Miguel. Adventure is such a beautiful theme because that's what our guests are getting to experience.
There you are, and just in time.
After years of planning and design, and now we're here at the end of our journey.
Foolish mortals, here's some cards from Madame Leora.
This place is filled full of people. They're just really immersing themselves in the music
Grim grinning ghosts come out to socialize.
and the lore and all the special illusions. Right there, you see it? It's a dream come true for all of us.
Hurry back. Hurry back.
Our team has just knocked this out of the ballpark.
I love when that happens.
This is the love and effort and passion of hundreds of people.
This place is to die for.
Good storytelling, everyone can see themselves in. And I think that we're doing that here.
Thanks, everyone. That's show.